Your recording has started.
Yeah, you want to take some questions, or is your brain working well enough to got enough to talk about today?
Christians.
Yep, me too.
Christians. What's up, buddy?
Not much, dude. I think you probably worked more. There's a lot of people that worked a lot last week. I think you worked probably more than anybody.
I think I won.
I think you did win.
I won.
Yeah. How many hours you worked last week? I'm gonna check volumes real quick.
I think 65. 65. Or should I say 67 for the kids? Should I say 6-7?
Why for the kids?
Have you not heard about this 6-7 thing?
No.
You're so funny.
Dude, I feel like exponentially older.
I'm really happy that I'm the person who's going to get to explain this to you.
What's
so
67
there's
kids?
there's this whole thing with the youths, including our employees, like all the time.
Dude, our employees know about so much shit I don't know about.
Well, yeah, because they're children.
Yeah.
But the thing all the kids are saying, like legitimately, like all the high school girls that we deal with on the volleyball teams, like everything is 6-7.
What?
Yep.
What does it mean?
Nothing. That's apparently the whole joke. I'm not messing with you. It's like, apparently I think it started as like a lyric from like a song, and now it's just like, it just literally means nothing. So you just like say it whenever and kids laugh. It literally doesn't mean anything. That is like the entirety of it.
How much off guard? If I just did that with like our employees in the store,
every single one of them would react.
Would it catch them off guard? Would they laugh because it would catch them off guard because they would expect me to say that? Or is it just, if anybody says it,
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. Like anytime like 6-7 comes up in general, they're just like, this is hilarious. Like I messed with Mason because I was doing an interview and he was like grabbing stuff to like restock. And so he was like kind of back and forth between the back of the store and the front. And I was saying something. I was like, yeah, like 6-7 years. And literally he like... and like had to contain himself.
I'm going to use it on purposely, like so wrong. That was my favorite.
I don't think there's a way to use it wrong because it doesn't mean anything.
Like I feel like what if
you go like, what does it mean? Like, and they just go, just like 6-7.
Dude, this is so dumb.
Dude, it literally enrages me.
I feel like if I use it, maybe in the context of like I'm trying too hard, like on purpose, like, hey, 6-7, am I right?
Yeah.
That would be like used poorly, right?
Yeah, that'd be the dad version of it for sure.
Like someone says like something somewhat funny and I just respond with that. Like
they don't have to say anything.
Yeah. Okay.
They don't have to do anything. You could just walk into the back of the store right now and just be like, all right, 6-7, am I right, guys? And they would be like, oh. Literally. That's like the whole thing. It's like, it apparently doesn't mean anything.
Dude, I remember.
But we have to keep in mind though, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but we have to remember that this is like a generation of kids who, you maybe don't know about this. There was like a whole thing where they would just say over and over again, skibbity toilet.
I didn't know about that.
That's like, it's like apparently it comes from like a video, and like they have like figurines of this thing now. You can buy like action figures of it, but they would just be like we'd be hanging out with like our like nephew or something. I don't think he's ever actually said it, but like that age group.
Yeah.
And they'd just be like, skibbity toilet, 6-7. And you're just like, dude, it's just nonsense.
The 6-7 is in reference to anything. You said it was a song.
Yeah, but no, like this is where it's going to hurt. This is why it enrages me. It means nothing. Like it references, like it's not even like it came from a song, but the song is nothing.
Yeah.
Like it's literally just nothing. And that's why it's stupid. There's no way to use it. There's no way to not use it, I guess. Like it's just.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out how to use it wrong. I'm gonna do that.
Like if you do the like,
I'm gonna make it.
Am I right?
I'm gonna make it uncool. That's my goal.
Yeah, but that's like so. Again, when you're like, it's the same thing. It's like, what does skibbity toilet mean? It's like it means nothing.
Yeah.
That's like
Did
the
we
whole
have anything
thing.
like that? Like I'm sure like people that were 10 years older than us when we were that age, we would probably say some shit and they would be
I think all of our references had some kind of depth, even if it was shallow though.
Yeah.
Like it all was like, it meant something.
Yeah.
It like I remember we would say like, get crunk, but that's like we're referencing Lil Jon talking about partying, so that we're partying,
or
you
like
know, even though we're kids, we're not partying, but we're like we're gonna get crunk.
Yeah,
on
or
Mountain
like
Dew and video games,
or like YouTube video. It's like the Charlie the Unicorn video that like was like obviously like that's one that's coming to mind for me, but was like obviously like. No, what's the right way to put it? I'm sure if you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about, but it's like, there's no purpose behind it. It's just random. And it's funny because there's no like clear direction with it. And it's like, like they like steal his kidneys, but it has nothing to do with anything.
Right. But it's like, again, it's just like, but it's just two numbers.
Yeah. So like less reference. So is that the direction humor is going? Is the less reference to something, the funnier it is?
Potentially.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I think that's probably how it got going was like kids would say it and the parents would be like, what does that mean? And then it was like the whole thing was it doesn't mean anything. So then like your parents are just like more and more like, what? Like, what are you, what?
Do you think they're like... they are making the parents feel like they're like missing
that part
secret
of the
code.
joke. But I think that's potentially how it like started. But now it's just been, the thing is like, then you get a bunch of 7-year-olds and they just like 6'7", 6'7", 6'7", like where they just like, and then the problem is then they get older or whatever. And it's like, then it just like becomes, there was a reference to it the other day on there's reference, like they made a reference to it at church the other day. That was watching the football game the other day. One of the sideline guys says it, like he was like, you realize how tall these guys are? Like, I mean, I'm 6'7". He's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's like
everybody knew he was making it. That's crazy. I'm out of touch.
For real.
I always really laugh at the time that Kaylin came to me. This was like her first year of working here, and it was just Quail, so we all worked from Quail. But she came to me and was like, Kevin, I came across a meme and I saw that you liked it. And I'm like, oh yeah. And she's like, yeah, it's like a whole news article.
Yeah, dude, it's like it's infecting the country.
That's dumb. That's my opinion.
And literally, like, dude, are like in their young 20s employees, like they're part of it. They've caught it. Right.
Hate to see it,
dude. Like Joey, Noah, all of them.
Anyway, when Kaylin, she saw I liked a meme, she's like, Kevin, like, I didn't know you like, thought like, I don't know, like, I didn't know you like that kind of stuff. I'm like,
humor?
Yeah. I was like, you mean humor? Yeah. What are you talking about?
Out, yeah. What? That's so funny.
Like,
that's so weird.
Just like assumed like, because I'm like an adult, like an older adult, like I've just like, nope, humor, not my thing.
No. Kevin likes two things, chicken and rice and stress. So your only two joys in life.
I get, I'm fulfilled on those two things.
Yeah, that's good.
I remember our buddy Clackner in college.
Shout out Clackner.
He, I don't know if it was just a bit for him, but I think there's at least some seriousness to it. Like they would get like, people would be like, they'd be like, what, Clackner, like what song you want to play? Or like, hey, do you want to take over the iPod or, put music on or something? And he's just like, nah, that's okay. And we're like, well, like what kind of music do you want to listen to? He's like, not really a fan. And we're like, of like what kind of music? Like, no, just not at all.
Yeah. That sounds like a Clackner bit. That's funny. Yeah, no, I'm just
not really into it,
just
man.
not a music guy. Just never really been a fan. Just
This is his sense of humor too is like he'll die with that joke,
right.
And it'll make, and I will never know if it's truly a joke or actually he's not a fan of music.
I imagine he has to be a fan of music, right? But like, right, but that's probably the fulfilling part for him. It's just like, and you'll never know.
Yep, that's exactly. This is also the dude that like we would like. You'd walk by his room and he'd be taking a nap, and he'd be face down with his hands at his side and his pillow. So he's a very like witty dude, but he is also kind of weird. So
yeah, that is unless
that was a bit too.
Yeah. Like he'd just be like on his phone or something and hear somebody about to walk by and he'd just roll over and get like that and just be like, I have them all convinced this is how I nap.
Dude, like, he would
be a Clackner bit.
A Clackner thing, dude. I remember he was also the one that we used to mess with, Tanner Davis, who is the biggest neat freak on the planet. And we would go into his room, which was immaculately clean, and we would take one thing, like little like knickknack on his desk, and move it like 6 inches over, not say anything, but come back and check like the next day, and it would be bad.
Right, right.
And we never told Tanner we did.
Yeah,
that,
right. Exactly. That's funny. This just reminds me of like a conversation that has kind of been ongoing today, but it's like when you meet people and then like. Maybe this is a better way to describe it is like when you know two people and then they have a child and then you see how that child is so much of like the two of them.
Yeah.
It's really funny, man. It is a really like, spent some time this weekend with some friends and their child is the combination of them. And then I am here at the warehouse enough to see Riley start climbing on stuff and then get nervous and then stop. And I'm like, and Kevin into Alyssa. Okay. Of like, I'm going to climb up that. And then I don't think I should be up here.
That might be a little bit of me too. I got a little nervous doing some climbing in college. That was my thing.
Well, yeah, but you were climbing some stuff.
That was my fun thing to do. My freshman year of college, we would get drunk, the party would end and we'd, just go out roaming around, fucking find some stuff to climb.
Finding some climbing stuff.
And the time that I stopped doing that was when we found that water tower. It was like one of those water towers that's like a big, like it's just a cylinder all the way up. It doesn't have like a ball or anything at the top, but it's like still super high. It's like, I don't know, like several stories, like 3, 4, maybe 5 stories high. I don't know how tall those things get, but tall. And we had to stack a picnic table up on its side. I had to climb up the side of the picnic table to get to the ladder. And I climbed that ladder and I remember climbing it up it and it just like going on for dude. Like, you climb ladders like regularly enough. The average person I'm sure does, but like, you don't think about like, you're only climbing like a 10 feet off the air. Like climbing a ladder, like multiple stories is like, dude, it just feels like it's never ending. Yeah. It's crazy. And I remember getting to the top and like, I got all the way up there. I didn't just stop on the ladder. I got all the way up there, but that even just getting from the ladder to the top, like freaked me the fuck out. So, Mom, if you're listening, that's all just satire. That's not a real story.
A hypothetical story.
But I didn't do any climbing after that.
Yeah, you learned your lesson.
Yeah, I did. So, but that was the tallest thing I climbed.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is really funny. Like with Clackner's sense of humor, like I would have loved to have known his parents like before they had him. You know what I mean? Like as it just like evolves and you're just like, okay. This is coming together. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know. That's it's a weird thing.
I bet his dad's pretty cheeky.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cheeky guy.
Yeah.
Did you post us for questions?
No. I'll get it.
He didn't do it yet. Yeah. Every picture reference from this podcast, I'm going to make sure I look with sleep.
While I'm posting this, tell us about your weekend. You had a busy weekend, dude.
Yeah, we had the Edmond grand opening on Saturday. Super fun. Really good turnout. Barbells and barbecue never disappoints.
Yeah.
Those brisket taco bowls were outrageous. Those were so good.
Dude, I got busy and I didn't get to get there soon enough. I threw out the rice like right before I got there. Like they were close. It was like 2:00 and they're like closing up and whatnot. So, but they gave me some on a sandwich though, and it was very
Nice.
good.
Yeah. I got a brisket taco bowl and it was delightful. But super fun day. Always great to see all the vendors. Cool people out hanging out. Getting to hang out with them is always fun. Great turnout. Saw lots of people. Lots of really cool stuff. Very fun day. And then drove to Springfield because we had the S2 barbecue in Springfield the next day. So headed up to Springfield, crashed with old Vincent Mays, got to see some friends, and then had the S2 barbecue on Sunday, which was for Define. We were there. Super cool. Old stomping grounds there. That's the supplement superstores that we got our start. That's in supplements at shopping there and then working there. So really cool to kind of hang out there and get to experience that. My first S2 barbecue. Really, really cool. They call it a barbecue. They didn't have any barbecue though. No burgers, no dogs.
Did you complain? Did you file a complaint with Wes?
I'm going to call Wes right now. I'm going to get him on the podcast.
Wes, we're calling you live.
Yeah. But no, that was, but it was fun. It was a really good day. It's cool to see. I think it was fun seeing a bunch of people I haven't seen, before, or I haven't seen in a long time. Got to work out for the first time at, GP Athletics.
Did you see Spencer?
I saw Spencer at the barbecue. I told him I broke into his gym that morning. And he was like, "What? How did you get it?" And I was like, "I went with Vincent." And he was like, "Oh, okay." Super dope gym though, dude.
Yeah.
Super dope. Got, for people around here, kind of Trinity vibes. Lot of like unique machines, which was super cool. Vincent and I caught a workout in the morning, before the event, and that was super neat. It was fun going to kind of explore that. It's huge, and so going around, you're just like, it's one of those places where, I mean, I don't know how long it's been since you've been there, but how many machines do you think he has in there?
Ooh, dude, he opened that. So for those that don't know, Spencer is someone that used to work at Supplement Superstores where we used to work. After we left, he opened up his own gym. It's been open for, gosh, probably almost 10 years now, if not more. And I've only kept up with pictures, so I've never been there, but I remember.
Oh, you haven't been?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
no.
Dude, super. He's probably got, it's, I
remember
very
seeing pictures.
Trinity vibes.
I remember seeing pictures and maybe like maybe a dozen machines, if that. Like, this is probably a while ago since I've seen it though.
He probably has 200.
Really?
Oh, it's massive.
Really?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Dude, yes. Like, and like obscure, like different, like some old stuff, some new stuff, but like just
Very
collecting.
Trinity vibes,
yeah, very Trinity. It's crazy. Yeah, it's like he has a room that's like not as full as Trinity is, but just pretty darn close, to be honest. And then you like walk through a doorway and there's another entire room the same size.
Whoa.
And they have like a whole bunch more in there, some cardio stuff, and then a whole CrossFit area in there. Bro, yeah, no, it's yeah, I don't know what it's been. So that's funny because I don't know what's been like in the past. It might not be, man, I don't feel like I'm exaggerating. It's probably over 100 machines in there, like
Dang.
Easily. We're talking like some super cool stuff though. Like we did, I'm a big fan of just like plate loaded, like, one arm, like row machines that have like different handles and grips. Like I really like those. Those always like seem to like track really well for my like body type. We didn't end up using it, because he had one that I already really like, and was using it, but there was one that was like two spots over, and it was a plate loaded row machine. Like you would normally, they'll have like a handle like this and then like this, and you can grab it kind of like pull a lever kind of thing. And I really like doing those like one armed and getting like a really good rotation and then like a really good stretch through it. He's got one that it's single arm, but you lay on it. And so it's like you're almost like suspended over it, and then the weights are down below you and you like can pull it. And I'm like, that thing looks cool, dude.
Dude, there was one, I think Darian Hill posted this to take over one of our Define athletes. It was I think it was him, and do you know the hack squat? That's like it's a hack squat. It's at an angle like a hack squat, but you don't it's not loaded on your shoulders. It's like loaded on your hips, and it's like Kenny Time used to have one. Yep. But it's like you sit in that position, but it's a row machine, and like there's handles and the sled, and there's like plates at the bottom, and then the sled like pulls up towards you. So it's like a row, almost like I feel like almost like a bent over like dumbbell row almost, because it's I'm pretty sure it's unilateral or like single arm. And but yeah, I remember seeing that. I'm like, man, that would be like, I feel like as like I feel like it would be the motion of like a dumbbell, like a bent over dumbbell row, but without having to like put my chest on a bench and like crush my like rib cage in, or put all that pressure on my lower back, man. Right. I've never used one of those, but dude, there's definitely some cool row machines out there. I can't quite picture. I don't think I've seen the one that you're talking about.
I have never seen anything like it in my life, which was kind of like part of the cool part about it. I was like, dang, this is nuts, dude. I've never seen anything like this. You keep talking. I'm going to try to.
Do you keep up with
I took a picture while we were there.
With Bart's gym, Project Power at all?
Not particular. Okay, this is what you can see here is not even 25% of the machines.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's like three full rows.
Yeah.
Of stuff.
Like 3 full, and we're talking like,
yeah.
That's like, yeah, dude, crazy. Place is huge.
Yeah.
I'm super stoked for him, man.
Yeah, dude. Spencer's a good dude.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out. It's I think last time I was in Springfield was S2 Barbecue last year.
There's probably 50 plus feet behind me.
Dang.
All with like all the like leg stuff. Most of the like leg press stuff was behind me. The like all the tricep, all the dumbbells and everything. And so there's all these, and then it goes all the way into this back room, and then all the way to a back wall. That's like, dude, it's huge in there.
Dang. That's cool. Is that where Vincent works out?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's right by his place.
That's cool. How's he doing with his new job there?
Good. I really like, it's really funny. My favorite joke from the weekend, whenever I would see somebody, I told Wes this joke. He didn't know it's a joke, and that's why it's funny. 6'7". But so if anybody's long-term followers of the podcast, so Vincent, obviously one of the original owners of Triad. So he went to, he got his doctorate in, bioengineering or I don't know what it technically is.
Some biology.
Right. Well, he's essentially developed a new CRISPR technique for like DNA modification. Right.
Yeah.
And so my favorite thing right now is, so he's finishing that up and working on a couple of things with that. But in the meantime, he's gotten a really cool job where he actually like buys and sells electricity and like works with the power grid and like all this different stuff, where it's like, because it's like turning on your generator, like the generator here, and turning on like the power plant here. Well, sometimes that's more expensive than just buying it from electricity from somebody else. And so you can buy it, but then you can also like make it and then like,
sell
we can keep it this, and like the market price makes sense for us to sell it. And so there's this whole like day trading aspect. Like literally Vincent can have can turn on power plants, right? My favorite thing though is I would bring up Vincent this weekend when I was talking to people when he wasn't there, of course. And they'd be like, what, how is Vincent doing? Last thing I heard, because like, keep in mind, like his DNA like editing tool that he's created does have like some legitimate opportunities to cure a lot of diseases and like some bad stuff. And so everybody,
really big deal.
Yeah, really, really big deal.
It was like the owner, maybe I'm shouldn't share some of this, but like the owner of like Strava was like looking at investing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing with any of that.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's like so it has some like really cool, like positive things that could come from it for sure. But everybody always just like says the same thing, like within this, like Vincent's curing cancer, like, and that's kind of like the going joke, or like how people, it's the best way that people like describe it in half a second, right? He's not curing cancer. Well, you never know, but
it could.
But my favorite thing is, and this is how I'll play this out for you, exactly how Wes and I's conversation went. And again, I did not inform him that this was a joke. 6'7". But Wes was like, man, how is Vincent? What is he up to? Last I heard he's like curing cancer or something. And I go, yeah, I don't know. He's like working for city utilities. He's like, well, I don't know, just trimming tree branches or something.
And Wes is probably like, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, right. And that's just like, he's like salting roads. What is he doing? I'm like, something, I don't know, electricity or something. I don't know.
You didn't ever tell him anything.
No. I don't expand on it. I just say he doesn't even work for city utilities. He works, I don't know what the name of his company that he works for. It's way bigger. They like control like the entire Midwest power grid or some shit. It's like, yeah, I don't know. He like works for city utilities. Yeah. It's been fun.
Yeah, I see. I don't know. He sees a future in it, I guess.
Yeah. It's,
dude, if Vincent were really working for city utilities, you'd be like, all right, that doesn't make any fucking sense at all. But you'd talk to him for half an hour and you'd be like, man, maybe I need to get a job working for city utilities. He's got me convinced.
Make it sound super cool.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know it doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense, but
dude, his whole thing, it is like a crazy thing that he does. It's super cool for him. It's very Vincent in a lot of ways. And so he still has opportunities plenty with the other stuff going on. And the cool thing with this is I think he's got like, his schedule works really nice where it's like he works like 4 weeks on, 1 week off kind of thing. And so it's like essentially, every fifth week he's off for the entire week. And so, which is good for Vincent, who likes to travel and do all sorts of side projects and things like, he's working on, because again, to kind of put Vincent into perspective, for anybody who doesn't know him, he is very smart, but he feels like his smartness was earned, right? Like he worked really hard to become smart.
Yeah.
Right? Like he was just like so dedicated to becoming smart that he did, which is the thing, like you can do that. I don't know if he was born with it. You know what I mean? Spelling, not great. Yeah. But it's like, but he'll figure it out.
He's one of the smartest people I know.
1,000%. 1,000% one of the smartest people I know, but it's always funny because it does feel like he had to earn it. He was not born a genius. But he is he'll never listen to this. He is a genius, right? In a lot of respects. And like my favorite way of like describing that is, while finishing his doctorate, again, in like gene editing, living in a lab and like creating all, literally new DNA, like CRISPR is the overall like DNA editing thing. And he's like created a new tool to use within that. He was like, I'm kind of bored. And so simultaneously got a degree in computer science and decided he wanted to learn how to code during the entire thing too. As if getting your doctorate isn't hard enough or doesn't take up enough time. He's like, you know what? I think I'm going to get another degree while I'm at it.
Yeah. I think only some people people know how crazy this is, but how long did it take him to write his dissertation?
Yeah. Because dissertations usually take like months. Gosh, I don't know. What was it? 2 weeks?
Yeah, because he got that job back in Springfield because he was in school in Utah getting his doctorate, and he was like, the last thing he had to do was write his dissertation.
Right.
And
most people take like 8 months to do that.
It's like a summary of like everything that you did in your time in school. And yeah, so he got that job. So the funny thing about that too, quick side note, is he put me down as a reference, which I like, that was super cool. Cause like, we worked pretty closely together when he was here, and it was at a time where I was like really busy and like was working pretty late most nights. And so, but I finally found time, and I wrote, I like, they sent me like a questionnaire to fill out. It was like paragraph form, and like, it was like pretty long.
Nice.
For that job that he works now. And
city utilities.
Yeah. They sent that over, and it took me about a week to get to it I had to do it like late at night. It was like the only time I was able to get to it. But I was like, I can't, I can't keep putting that off. And I filled it out, and it was like, I did that late at night. And then like 8 a.m. the next morning, Vincent texted me. He's like, hey dude, I got the job. Thanks so much and I was like, dude, were you guys all waiting on me? Shit, dude, like, I'm sorry. I put it off. I don't know if I could have done it any sooner, but
that's so funny.
But yeah, you might know the story better than I do, where he had to write his dissertation, but he got this job. So needed to move back to Springfield for it. And they were like, hey, we need you to start in like 2 weeks. And he was like, oh shit, I still have to write my dissertation. Like, well, I could probably do that from Springfield though. And like went to the board and was like, hey, can I do that from Springfield? I don't think I need to be in the lab or anything for this. And they're like, no.
Yeah. They were like, no one's ever really done that. We don't feel exactly like comfortable.
Yeah.
And so he's like, okay.
So I have to move in 2 weeks though, to get this, to be able to accept this job. Can I write it in 2 weeks?
Yeah. And
they were like, I don't know what the response was. I think everybody on the board, I asked them about it, was like, what was their response? And the way he described it was like, well, they all kind of know me because like it was all my professors over the years. So he's like, I think they all kind of know I'm a little crazy.
Yeah. But even they're like, Vincent.
Yeah. And wrote his dissertation and got his doctorate in 2 weeks.
There we go. Typical Vinny.
He's used to not sleeping. Dude, I can't.
A goober.
Going through that period of time of, I think it was about 9 months for me, where it was like, I didn't get as little, it wasn't as sleep deprived as Vincent got in times of his life, but I was up there. And I'm a little back and forth right now, it's not bad. It's like, I don't know, maybe like an hour or two, like working into the night. And then it's like, if it's really late, it's like only every other night. So we're finding a good balance right now, but I just don't know how he's that focused and like that productive at night. Like no matter like how much caffeine or like,
I just like can't get my eyes open sometimes.
Dude, I can't focus. Yeah. Like, it's like, I just can't be productive.
Dude, there's like literal times when it's like, I can't see straight.
Yeah.
Like literally I can't focus on, like, Vincent's like, I learned how to type with my eyes closed.
Dude, I bet he's like knows techniques for like being that sleep deprived. And
well, I mean, so Vincent, again, this is the Vincent cast. So Vincent is an odd bird.
This would be I feel like this is almost better than having him as a guest.
1,000%.
Let's just talk about it.
This is literally like, this is my favorite thing. I go hang out with Vincent, and then this is like all I talk about.
Yeah, he's one of the original owners of Triad. One of the original
immense human, like my favorite, like he has a lot of quirks, but a lot of his quirks come from the fact that like he's so dedicated to the people around him. Like he will literally like if Vincent would sell his house if somebody else couldn't make their mortgage, and he'd be like, nah, figure it out. I paid off your house for you.
I really started thinking about it. And I don't really need a house.
Right. Literally, that's Vincent though, like to a T. And he's just so funny with all of those things sometimes. But he is probably one of the only people to ever do this. And this is why Vincent's so funny to talk about, because he sounds made up. But it's all real. So Vincent, out of high school, had a lot of college football offers, decided to join the Navy instead. And immediately, I didn't know this until talking to him recently, but it's like, if you're going to go to Buds and you're going to go to Navy SEAL school, you're in a whole separate thing while you're at basic. You're already with your Buds group, at basic. So anyway, so talking about sleep deprivation techniques, I'll tell you where you learned them.
Oh, yeah.
Hell Week, I didn't know this either. Hell Week, you don't sleep.
Yeah.
For 5 days, and that's why he's like, you'll fall asleep standing up.
Yeah. Because
it's literally 5 days of no sleeping.
I've heard, I think I heard I don't know if it was maybe a portion of a documentary or something about it, but like legitimate techniques of and these are probably not the greatest techniques, but putting drops of hot sauce in your eyes and shit. But it's dude, you get desperate. I'm sure being that sleep deprived.
Literally, it's we're talking. Bro, stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning tonight.
Yeah, that's.
And I'm gonna be I'm gonna be eyes blurred, back in. I can't even look at something. Let alone at 5 days of no sleep, really none of that stuff. And so, it's crazy, dude. Anyway. That's where he learned a lot of that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But to tell why Vincent's such a unique and sounds like a made up the movie character is Vincent decided he did not want to be a Navy SEAL. And so what you do in that moment is you go and ring the bell during Hell Week and you're I'm done, whatever. Mm-hmm. But in Vincent's words, he didn't want anybody to think he was a wuss. So he knew he didn't want to be a Navy SEAL, but he thought to himself, oh man, no one's going to believe me though if I say that I quit because it was too hard. They're just going to think oh, he couldn't cut it. It was just too hard. And I didn't want people to think that it wasn't too hard. I just didn't want to do it. So I waited until Hell Week was over, got up the next morning, ate breakfast, ran PT, and then rang the bell.
Literally did Navy SEAL Hell Week just because he didn't want his friends to think he was a pussy.
Literally. It's huh? Even then they were like, what?
Yeah.
The people in charge were like, what are you talking about?
He's probably, dude. Yeah. How many people in the history of the United States have ever rang the give up bell when all the hard shit ended, right when all the hard shit ended?
The thing is, and I don't know, I think he might be the only one ever.
He might be, dude.
He might be the only one to ever do that.
Mm-hmm. I'm
the only person that's ever done a couple of things. I've made sure of that in my life.
Can you tell us what those are?
So there was a time in my life where I was thinking to myself, how do I make sure that I'm the only person that's ever done these things? So in a year, in 1 year's time, I decided actually we could expand this, obviously I'm the only person to do all the things I've ever done, but in 1 year's time, so you know what a Saturn V rocket is? It's the original rocket that NASA used to go to the moon.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's a Saturn V rocket.
Why you name it Saturn?
Don't know. I've licked one of those. And simultaneously, also in a year, I licked Chichen Itza, the Mayan ruins. Tell me one other person in a year's time that's done both of those things. Honestly, it was in within 2 months. It's one summer.
That's
in one summer I licked a moon rocket and a Mayan pyramid.
Dude, you know, there might be some other people out there that have done one of those two things.
Right. Here's the thing, though. You got to be a long boy to be able to lick the rocket. Because you got to really lean over the ledge of the barrier.
Yeah, you're probably not even supposed to touch this, are you?
You know, it's there. Probably not. I don't know. That wasn't like they were like, don't touch this, but it's like there's a rail and it's because the thing is huge. You know what I mean? Like it would, like dead ass from where we're sitting right now, we'd be halfway up the rocket, and like the engines would be the Yukon store.
Jeez, dude.
And then like we'd be halfway, and it'd be in the horse fields.
Wow, dude.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like standing next to one of the engines that like the rocket engines, I'm not even half the height of it. It like laying down on its side, like the big hole that the fire comes out of. Dude, I'm literally like not even half as tall as one of those.
They have one, I don't know from which rocket, but they have like a rocket for a spaceship.
The Science Museum?
Yeah, Science Museum.
Yeah.
You guys been hitting the Science Museum?
Yeah, so I've seen that before. That is like a little one. The one I'm like, the Saturn V rocket one is like, dude, they're huge.
That's crazy.
Absolutely madness, right? So yeah, that is so I was just large enough as a human that I could lean over the rail and
So yeah, not everybody's even able to
That's right.
are capable of.
That's right. And then went on down to the mine ruins and I licked that pyramid too.
Chichen Itza. I remember being a kid and me and my buddies being on New Year's Eve being like, all right, the first one in 2008 to land a kickflip.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
you better not mess up that kickflip.
You'd be the first person to mess up a kickflip in 2008.
Oh,
that's
dude,
tough.
Could you imagine being that person?
So this is where people are going to learn how fucking odd of a human I am. Because that's like one of the things I just personally, this is my bit to myself. It's not even for anybody else. I don't even tell most people this stuff. I'm now telling dozens, maybe 5 people these things. I think it's really funny whenever I like visit somewhere historic to like lick the building or something. Not like I don't like I just like
get a little
touch my tongue to it kind of thing. So I have, we want to run down a list.
Do you have a scrapbook?
No, I really should get one though. With I don't even take pictures of myself doing it. It's literally, this is just for me, folks. Yeah. It's for me. I've licked Independence Hall.
Good for you.
Declaration of Independence was written there.
Wow. Does Laurel know about all this?
Oh yeah. Yeah, she watched me lick that Independence Hall.
Is she supportive? Like, does she help you, like, keep the coast clear, or?
Oh,
or is she?
If you act like you know what you're doing, you act like you're supposed to be there.
You put on a yellow vest, you can do about anything.
That's right. And I just walk like I know what's going on. And people are, oh no, okay, this guy is like, nobody's licked the Liberty Bell yet today. Let me get in there.
You get a little note, like a clipboard with you, like write a couple things down, like a couple licks.
You can't lick the Liberty Bell. They won't let you get that close to it.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Yeah, that's something that they let you touch.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
It's too bad.
Maybe if you're like a donor to some organization, like they'll let you get close enough.
I'll donate $1 million. I'm licking the Declaration of Independence. National Treasure 4. We're licking the Declaration of Independence. Yeah, no, I don't know. I just think it's funny because the more things I add to this list, even those 3 things alone, like so random.
Oh yeah.
Where it's just like, I'm beyond a shadow of a doubt, I would say I'm the only person that's ever done that.
Yep. You've got probably dude, I don't know, maybe there's a Reddit thread, or maybe there's like a Facebook group for this.
Mm,
There's some wild niches out there, dude.
yeah. I'm going to like Google, get on Reddit and search licking monuments, and I'm going to get not what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I could start it. I could start a subreddit about it.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of people come to that group confused.
Yeah. They're like, nah, this is not what I wanted at all. Oh, that's cool. You look Chichen Itza.
Maybe that's your hook, though.
Yeah.
Like it's got a little bait and switch there. Sorry.
It's a good choice of words.
Thanks.
I licked a glacier in Alaska.
Wow. Was it cold?
Surprisingly.
Yeah. How did that feel? What was the texture like?
Like an ice cube. That's what it is.
More
It's a big one.
Not like snow, more like an ice cube.
No, it's like I mean, it's just a frozen lake, Yeah. So you just like
Yeah, dude.
People are not going to watch the podcast anymore after this.
Yeah.
Or they will, because they respect it.
They can, yeah. Probably, maybe. I feel like we could probably confidently move forward with the rest of this episode, knowing that like nobody's listening. So we could probably say whatever we want now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you did make it this far,
yeah. What should we lick? What should I lick next?
let's see if we got any questions. Oh yeah, you shared it. You can see if you got any questions.
I don't know if it actually shows me the questions if I do that.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah, the direct questions. Caleb Hagman, previous podcast guest.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have the flux? Well, if anybody listened to episode, 74, Tommy Boy got the flux.
That's right.
That acid reflux.
Yeah. I did last night, honestly.
Do you always get a good handful from
Andrew?
Andrew. Yep. You already knew. There's always some joke ones and there's always some really good ones.
Yep.
So we'll just
Andrew would respect the things I've licked.
Yes. I think so.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
He'd be like, there's someone out there. Someone will appreciate my desire to do this.
Andrew Guerrero, how many forehead kisses does it take to wake him up? That's a question for Laurel. I know this answer too.
Usually 2. I don't know the answer. I'm sleeping.
Can't get him with the first one.
That's right.
Yep. He usually gives like a little, but doesn't wake up fully. It's the second one. Yeah, he's kind of out of that REM cycle, out of that deep slumber.
Yeah,
and then the second one wakes you up. And then you get
that's the one that gets me.
Good morning.
Quick, what's your favorite Little Debbie?
Oatmeal cream pies.
Ooh, I knew that.
Yeah. I tried to eat a whole box of oatmeal cream pies one time. Unsuccessful.
That's a lot. I could see some.
That was on top of a big sub sandwich too.
Yeah.
Class.
I think I think I would just like stuff like that. Like sweets, I just like flavor. It would be a lot of like just the same.
I don't know, man. Oatmeal cream pies are like, they got that like little bit of spice from the oatmeal cookie that kind of like helps it not be like overly sweet. I was enjoying the flavor. I got too full. So
yeah.
I think I got through half the box.
Nice.
Yeah. Pretty good.
That's a solid answer. I don't remember the last time I had an oatmeal cream pie, to be honest. It's not my go-to. I used to like them quite a bit more, but I'm like, meh.
It's been a while since I've had one, but
yeah, right. I mean, I've had Little Debbie's recently.
What's your go-to?
It's not everyone's favorite, but it is my favorite far and away. I love me a honey bun. It's tough to beat a honey bun sometimes, dude.
That's probably my top 3.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you appreciating the honey bun.
Yeah. I'd go oatmeal cream pie, cosmic brownie, honey bun.
See, this is where I lose people. Never been a cosmic brownie fan.
Dude, yeah. We'll have to cut that.
Yeah, I'm these are the hills I'm willing to die on. They're just meh. They're okay.
Mm.
You know, Little Debbie's in general, like I think there's some that are like honestly like honey buns. That's my problem, I think. It's like honey buns 1 and then it's like 10 feet and then I'm like hitting my next ones.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just like meh. The rest are just whatever.
Just what's the worst one? What's like one like you would like turn down?
I would like
if you were like you could eat this and it's calorie free, like guilt free, calorie free, like you can just have one, like, and you'd turn it down. If there is one.
Yeah, no, probably most of them, to be honest.
Really?
Like
What's the worst one?
I'm that's tough because like if we're talking like just through like the like if you gave me 5, I could rank them. I don't know what I think the worst one is though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah, there's a lot out there. There's probably a lot that I forget about.
There's probably a million of them.
Yeah.
But like I think it's like I don't know, like I'm just me on most of them.
Yeah.
There's things that like again, we do like a change to this and it's like I would eat plenty of other things if they like had no repercussions to them. Hell, I eat them and they got repercussions. But like, yeah, I don't know. Like if you were like, hey, this cosmic brownie is calorie free, I'd be like,
really?
Okay. Yeah. I'd be like, okay.
Dude, I eat the fuck out of that.
Yeah. I'd be like, yeah, whatever.
Most overrated.
Cosmic brownie.
Yeah. That's true.
In my mind.
I'd probably go, I'd still eat this one, but most overrated, zebra cakes.
Yeah. I get that.
Because I really enjoy cosmic brownie.
See, I think, yeah, no, like Swiss rolls, me.
Yeah.
Like, eh.
What about the, what are they? No, is that a Swiss roll? They're like a little cinnamon, like,
no, Swiss rolls are like the chocolate covered roll with the cream in it.
Yeah. And then the ding dongs, snowballs.
Ugh. Yeah.
Are you not a coconut fan?
I am a coconut fan, but snowballs ain't it. I like dessert coconut with chocolate. I don't really like dessert coconut. And when I say chocolate, like I think it's got
a chocolate cake.
Yeah, but it's got to be like a ganache thing.
Yeah,
like that's when I'm like, okay. Like I love an almond joy.
Ooh, yeah, I
love an almond joy.
Yep.
If almond joys were calorie free, I'd be munching on yours.
All right, let's hit. We got some good ones from Andrew.
What's the most underrated? No, forget Andrew. What's the most underrated fast food restaurant?
Most underrated fast food restaurant?
Yeah. This is a hill I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to die on this hill.
We're going to get back into sub sandwiches, I think.
That's fine.
And yeah, would you count like a sub sandwich as like a fast food?
Yeah. That's fine.
I'd probably go Firehouse.
Firehouse is underrated. I love Firehouse.
I do like a maybe even, all right, this is probably even a better one, but like I don't even know if I can list it because I don't even know how much they even exist now, but Quiznos.
Oh, dude, I miss Quiznos.
Quiznos, best sandwiches on the planet.
What happened there, man? Because dude, they used to have this honey, like it was like bacon, honey ham, and it had this like honey French dressing on it. So good.
Yeah.
Holy moly, dude.
Dude, it's been so long since I've had it. I can't even remember what sandwiches I would get or like what I got on them. But like I like Firehouse because they are the closest thing to Quiznos that I can find, but it's still not quite there.
It's not there. Yeah. You know what's really interesting is like is it as good as we think it was, or is this just like because now we can't have it, we like think back to it and being like, it was the best?
I am pretty confident that I genuinely enjoyed it because like
I loved it. I used to go all the time.
There used to be one that was like, dude, it was probably like 20, 30 minutes away from my house growing up. And I remember every time I was in that area, I would get Quiznos. Like that was the closest one to me. Every time I was in that area, I would get Quiznos because I loved Quiznos. So I would probably list that as my number one because I feel like they're not really in business anymore. Is there a Quiznos anywhere in the country?
There's a Quiznos in Norman.
Is there really?
Yep.
What the
what are we doing here? It looks like it's in. You know what? Fuck it. I'm willing to do this. It looks like there's a Quiznos in the student unit at OU.
I was going to say, is it on campus?
Yeah.
Dude, there's probably not a line for it. I don't know. Maybe there is. Do these kids even know what Quiznos is?
These kids even know what they're missing.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, no, there's still Quiznos, dude. There's
Good
a
for them,
Quiznos. There's a Quiznos in Tulsa.
The next
Salt Lake, Chicago. There's not many. I could tell you that much. There's that many Quiznos.
Oh, geez.
Not many, folks. Okay, so we got the singular Quiznos in Tulsa, the singular Quiznos in the student union in Norman. There's also a Quiznos in Weatherford.
Whoa.
Okay.
Hey, Oklahoma's keeping Quiznos alive.
Yeah, we might have. There's one in Fort Worth.
It looked like most states did not have a Quiznos.
Nope. I think we're like, and this might not be all of them. There's a Vegas one, Salt Lake City. Yeah, it looks like we're tied with the most Quiznos in the state, like as a state in the country.
Dude, I feel like a fake fan right now because like I didn't even know that. Like I didn't even know there was a Quiznos in Norman.
This is crazy. Yeah, it's in the Oklahoma Memorial Union Food Court.
Yeah, I'll go.
Bro.
If anybody is looking for a birthday present for me.
I'm trying to check the menu right now to make sure they got all the things. Make sure.
Do they have it?
I think they do. The Honey Bacon Club. Turkey, ham, Swiss. I can't read this. It's like very blurry. Lettuce, tomato, something, honey French dressing. Brother.
All right. Let me ask you this then.
I'm going to Quiznos this week.
Quiznos or Picklemans?
Picklemans.
Picklemans is good. I like Quiznos over Picklemans. But I know you like Picklemans.
I love Picklemans. Picklemans, like the thing, here's the thing for me. This is even tough to say. I just really think like Picklemans does. And granted, I worked at Picklemans for a long time, so I know how to manipulate the Picklemans into in the right way.
The Picklemans.
I can manipulate that pickle where I can get it exactly how I want it. Couple of keys I found. If they've got a drive-through, don't go through the drive-through. They need to see your face because when they see your face, they make your sandwich better. If you DoorDash it or deliver it, you're just another faceless, voiceless human out in the world, and they just have your name and your order, and they just throw it together. Yeah. But when someone can look you in the eye and you talk to them, and dude, I got a pizza from there. This was a few months ago. I got a pizza from Picklemans. I won't say where or which one specifically, but I went in there. The guy was working. I noticed he was by himself, and I was like, and it was like kind of like it wasn't busy in there, but there was like I could tell orders were stacking up a little bit from like delivery stuff.
Yeah, behind the counter.
I offered.
Did you? Really?
I honestly did offer. Yeah. I'm like, hey man, I used to work at Picklemans. You want me to finish sandwiches? Like I will, because I asked him how his day was going. And he seemed kind of caught off guard. And cause I always just chat with people like they're coming into the store, to be honest. Like come to find out, there was a no call, no show that morning. And so he was by himself and he was like struggling. And I was like, bro, like, I'm like, man, I literally did work at Picklemans. I remember all of it. If you want me to help finish sandwiches, I'll wash my hands and glove up, man. I will. And he was like, nah, no. And I'm like, okay, I get it, man. But he was like, but he kind of like, we joked a little bit, and he was like, and he looked at me and he grabbed an extra thing of chicken and put it on my pizza.
Ooh. Ooh, just for offering, man.
And just, I think, being nice. You know what I mean? He was having a bad day, and I got him to giggle. My other favorite recent Pickleman's interaction that I got was I went to Pickleman's and ordered food, and the guy working at the starter station was brand new, and I could tell. And he was a really nice guy. And we were talking, and he was like checking the menu, and he was like, "I'm sorry, I'm like brand new." And he's like, "And a couple of orders are like starting to come in on the thing." And I go, "Brother, I worked at Pickleman's for years. You need to grab this and then this." And I showed him how to make my sandwich, and then the next two sandwiches that went through. And he was like, "My man, thank you." And I was like, "I got you, bro. I'll help you out." Like, what? I was like, "Yeah, no, you need this. Yep. Oh, yeah. You need ham on that too. Yeah, like hodgepodge is all of them." And then we went through it, and like I showed him how to start the sandwich, because they were busy. Yeah. And I was the only one in there. They were busy with like other orders, but they're like, the person who was working with him was like at the finishing thing, and she was doing great. They were super nice. But I was like, "Yeah, you need this, you need that, you need this." And then I'm like, "What you got next?" And he's like, "Okay, I got a Chipotle chicken pizza." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. Chrysler right behind you. It's like this much." Yeah. And walked him through how to make my order and the next two orders.
I feel like that's fun.
Yeah, I have a great time, dude.
I had a very short stint at Pickleman's. My parents, I'll say this knowing that my mom's probably listening, so I'll be as nice as possible. But my parents are definitely very careful with everything, and so I was working at Pickleman's and doing some delivery driving for a little bit. And I think you got me the job there in college, and
just like every other job you've had.
Yeah.
Name the last job you got that wasn't from me. I'm just kidding.
Fritz's frozen custard. But my parents got like nervous about, they like apparently like talked to their like insurance person, and it's like if I were in an accident while I was driving, like our insurance wouldn't cover me, like if I was in an accident while I was on the clock kind of deal. And I was like, that's probably true for like everybody though. So like, I don't know.
I think I think Pickleman's insurance.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
I could have kept the job if someone would have told me that. Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know if that's true, but that makes sense to me.
Like, yeah, it was like, all right.
Like we had somebody driving for work. And it's like,
yeah,
it ends up being different.
Right. And anyway, like it was like one of those of like, it's like, well, like how is anybody a delivery driver?
Right.
So
right.
like,
you have special insurance for this job that pays nothing.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So, but
your parents just lied to you.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
No,
they're like, we hate the pickle man.
The secret family enemy that we've never told Kevin about. But yeah, so they talked me out of leaving that job. I started working, I think, at the rec center on campus after that. But
that's a good fit.
Yeah, it was nice. But my time at Pickleman's, doing some delivery driving. I remember there was one time, you get tipped a couple bucks every time you deliver a sandwich or pizza or whatever it is. There's one time I had to drive. It was like barely in range of like where we would deliver to, and it was, dude, the directions took me. I'm pretty sure I was doing this before I had a smartphone too.
Probably.
Yeah. And so like directions were like extra difficult this way, but it took me out to, dude, it was like driving through an industrial park. So like, I'm like driving through this industrial park, like in the middle of the night too. Like it was pretty late, and everything, like all the businesses and everything are closed, and it's just like, it's all dark and like kind of spooky. And I come across this biker bar in the middle of this industrial park. And it's like, clearly this has been put here to be away from the rest of the public.
Right.
Dude, bikes, like Harleys, like around the whole building. Like this is packed full of bikers.
Oh, I thought you meant like bicycles, like Ryan was there.
Cyclists. So, I bet there's a cyclist bar somewhere, right? But I go into this biker bar, and the funniest thing is I'm delivering a single small cup of broccoli cheese soup.
Yo, the broccoli cheese soup hits though. It's really good.
So I'm like genuinely nervous walking into this biker bar. Like it is like gang biker bar. And I walk in and it's the nerdiest guy in this bar for sure.
Man, that's awesome.
Like, dude, you drove probably like a Prius up here or something.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if you like, I don't know why you're here or but like you don't seem like you fit in. So I had to drive hella far to get to this dude for a tiny little order, and I bring it to him and he doesn't tip me. And it's like, okay, like I can kind of understand, like you didn't have to pay that much, but I drove hella far to get you. You know how far I drove to you. I wish I would have done this, but I was too young to be confident in doing it. But I was thinking on my way out of yelling in the middle of that bar and saying, "Hey, this guy ordered broccoli cheese soup." Fucking running.
Yeah, right.
What a weenie.
It's so funny. You like walk in, just imagining in my head. It's like, I've got a broccoli cheese soup for One-Eyed Shotgun Wes. like some crazy, like, I don't know, biker names, but it's like, I have a broccoli cheese soup for War Eagle. Is there a War Eagle around here? That's me.
Yeah, no,
that's my broccoli cheddar soup.
No, this nerdy guy that came and got his broccoli cheese soup was waiting for me to come because like I think he didn't want other people, like everybody else around, to see.
Finish it outside.
He didn't want me to yell out that.
That's so funny.
That's
awesome,
dude. I can't even remember where that biker bar was at. I can't remember how I got there, but dude, it was like it was in the middle.
Dream.
Dude, it feels like it.
That's so funny.
All right, you want another Andrew question, or you got something?
I never got to say what I think is the most underrated fast food restaurant.
That's okay.
Moving on.
All right. What's the most underrated fast food restaurant?
Here's where I get on my soapbox here. Okay. The most underrated fast food restaurant, and I understand to an extent why the hate exists, right? Because there's hate. There's hate in there, hate in people's hearts for this.
Let it out.
But let the hate in your heart out. You got hate in your heart. You got to let it out. But here's the thing. I get it, right? What I'm about to say is like Pizza Hut is the best fast food. I'm not saying Pizza Hut is, but it's like Pizza Hut's the best fast food restaurant.
I was about to be very surprised.
Just don't get pizza, right? And you'd be like, huh? I think the most underrated fast food restaurant is Arby's. Here's the thing about Arby's. The roast beef sucks.
I'll say really quick, Alyssa and I are decent fans of Arby's.
I love Arby's. Huge fan. I don't think like their roast beef is fine, but if you go to Arby's, which I get, and you're just like, oh yeah, I need to go to Arby's, and you get a roast beef sandwich, you're gonna be like,
yeah,
whatever.
I don't know if I've just matured more or if quality has changed over the years, but like I used to really like Arby's like decently well. Now I just like kind of like it seems like.
What do you get when was the last? It's probably been a minute since you've been to Arby's.
Yeah,
what do you get?
Probably roast beef and cheddar.
Yeah. See, man,
which I still enjoy.
Right, but that's it. But I get it. I get the like that's what. So there's this. Arby's gets a lot of hate. People on the internet will be like, well, "How's this place even business?" And it's like,
is it getting a lot of heat right now?
It gets a lot of hate, right? The anti-Arby's people, and so there's this guy. This is actually a really funny thing where this guy was like, "I'm gonna see like." I've never had Arby's and everybody says it's terrible. I'm going to try to find out how this place is still in business. And he had like 10 episodes where he got something different from Arby's every single time. And barring the one episode where the one TikTok he made where he got a roast beef sandwich, he wasn't a fan of that. all 9 other TikToks, he was like, this is so good. Like, this is bomb. The thing is, and this is what I think, like Arby's, like if you're gonna get roast beef, the French dip is probably like the best way to go. But Arby's chicken is so good. They're like the best thing that they have there, in my opinion, is the chicken cordon bleu sandwich. So it is like a fried chicken patty, ham, and then cheese. And it's like a sweet, salty kind of vibe. So good. And then they've got curly fries, which I'm a fan of curly fries.
Their curly fries are very good.
They've got something better. They've got, what do they call it? They call them like potato triangles or something, right?
Maybe like wedges?
They're not. Okay. Think like you're playing
Finger football? Finger football?
Yeah, right. They're shaped like that.
Or paper football?
I don't remember.
Either way.
They're shaped like that kind of little triangle thing, right? Think of a crispy McDonald's hash brown, but 2 times as thick. They're just like big hash browns. So good. So
it's like random items on the Arby's menu.
Dude, you know what?
Yeah, look this bad boy up.
I'm going to pull up a picture here.
So as you're looking this up, let's throw a little business into this for a second, because this is we're the unsuccessful entrepreneur podcast. Arby's, you can join in this conversation. It sounds like if so, it sounds like
they call them potato cakes.
If you are. Yeah, they do look just like hash browns.
They are. That's essentially what they are. They're just big handheld hash browns, but they're probably like this thick.
Oh.
And it's like, if you order a meal, you get like a 3-pack of them.
Oh, shit.
And they're like this big.
Do they taste similar to like a McDonald's hash brown?
Yes, but less greasy, more crispy. Bro. I'm just saying, when it comes to Arby's, and we can get back to whatever you were talking about, but it's one of those things where I totally get it. If you go in there blind, you need an experienced arbiter to go with you. You need someone to guide you, right? That can show you the way of the Arby. Is like, you go in there and you're just like, okay, this place is known for roast beef. Okay, give me a roast beef and sure fries. And you're just going to be like, this is whatever. But if you go in there and you get a chicken cordon bleu sandwich, potato cakes, and Arby sauce, you'll be like, that was phenomenal.
Real quick, and then we'll get back to my question. You remember when we got all the King's Arby's sauce?
Yeah. I was thinking about that the other day. But I was laughing because I was like, there was all these people like going like, yeah, Arby's is the best, on this guy's TikTok page. Cause he was like, no, this is like, he's like, I would legitimately go back and get this again. Like, this is really good.
All right. So let's hypothetical not so hypothetical as in we put ourselves in someone else's shoes. We're board members of Arby's, and we are seeing all this hate coming towards Arby's, saying the roast beef isn't that good.
Right.
And then we're like, oh shit, what do we do here?
I think I know where you're going with this.
But you become aware of, this guy's TikTok, or like, maybe some other people. I mean, you are contributing to it. Maybe there's a small movement of like, Arby's is good, but you have to get everything other than roast beef there. What do you do? You're Arby's.
Right.
We have the meats.
Right.
What do you... How do you progress forward?
So Arby's has done a good job of, I think they lean into the hate, right? Like they kept commenting on his stuff, being like, day 5, still liking it. Like, still liking everything we got.
Okay, so yeah, they are definitely aware.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So they'll like, I think that's the thing is like, I don't know what you do. Like, I think you gotta, like, there's obviously, I mean, they're massive. They're a huge company. Like, there's Arby's everywhere. So obviously people like whatever they've got, and they keep making roast beef. So maybe I'm just in the minority, but I've just never been like, it's like, meh, it's fine. But like some of their alternative options, like they do super duper well. Like their chicken tenders are bomb. They also make like little buffalo chicken sliders that are phenomenal. It's like my mouth's watering right now. But it's one of those things where like I am it is a highly underrated thing that like people hate on. The next like series that this guy did was going to Long John Silver's. And he's going to Long John Silver's and he's like, honestly, this is really good too.
Dude, there are, I feel like, a handful of restaurants that it's just like, I just don't fully understand like how they continue to keep having like supporting so many locations. Like, all right. You brought up Pizza Hut earlier. Dude, there's a Pizza Hut just down the road across the street from us here.
Yep.
I feel like I never see anyone in their parking lot.
Yeah.
Like you're paying a decent amount in rent, or like obviously if they might own the building, like that's still a decent amount, and like staffing that constantly.
Yeah, I wonder is like it's like when was the last time you ate in a Pizza Hut though?
So long.
Like I feel like I don't even like, I might pick it up, but it's like that's even kind of rare for me too. That's where I think Domino's has gotten smart. Is Domino's is like they don't even offer a place to sit anymore. You can't even sit in a Domino's and eat most
kind
of
of
them.
Micro.
Yeah, where it's just like it's all kitchen and just like deliveries, and like if you want to come pick it up, you can. But
I do feel like Domino's has done a decent job of reinventing themselves. So.
See, I like Pizza Hut more than I like Domino's.
Do you really?
I do.
Dude, I can't remember the last time. Dude, I think I've had Pizza Hut like one time since grade school.
That's so funny. We were at Chad's house last night and we ate pizza. But no, yeah, I know. I like pizza.
Maybe it's just not my thing.
You know, and I think sometimes it's like dude, it's Coke or Pepsi. You know, like you bond to an allegiance and then you stick with it. You know?
Yeah, that's true. I can imagine like as for like a Long John Silver's, like there's probably like it's not a super generally liked thing like. I don't know, like Subway or McDonald's, like kind of deal. But like, there's probably those people that eat Long John Silver's like at least once a week.
Dude, we used to eat Long John Silver's a lot when I was growing up.
Really?
And honestly, I thought it was really good. I just haven't had it in forever. I need to, there's another, I don't know if they have them here. There's one in Springfield called Captain D's. It's the same exact place as Long John Silver's kind of thing. Marshall and I went one time when we were living together. And honestly, it was good, dude. It really was. Like, you go get some fried shrimp and cocktail sauce. It's like, you can't really go wrong with this, man. I always used to laugh because this was my joke I used to make. That like I haven't had Long John Silver's. I don't even remember the last time. Maybe I'm gonna get Long John Silver's on the way home tonight, baby. Try it out. See if it's still good. But the like joke was always like, who's keeping Long John Silver's in business, right? Yeah. And I always used to say there's a secret organization of people that still go to Long John Silver's and eat. You know what they're called? The Hush Puppies. Yeah, because they're a secret organization, Kevin.
I'm not gonna lie, I let out a little toot on that. That was a good one.
So I don't know. You know, I bet like I liked it when I was younger, dude. It's fried fish in like cocktail sauce or tartar sauce. Like it's.
I think Alyssa gets it every once in a while.
You know, I think she does. She's a hush puppy. She doesn't talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, you decide one time that you want to get, apparently they've got, so Arby's, I haven't had them to be honest. But they look bomb. I'm just afraid they're going to tear my stomach up. Arby's has, jalapeno poppers. And they come with, I've never had this. I don't know. It's called like, I don't know what they call it. They've got some sauce that comes specifically with them. And it's like a raspberry, like sweet kind of like jelly sauce to go on a jalapeno popper. And I'm like, that actually sounds so good.
Dude, Alyssa and I talk about this, like we bring it up like once a year, but there was we were in Big Sky, Montana, and we were there like skiing and snowboarding with my family. This was years ago. And we went to, I think, a restaurant at like the base of the mountain, and they had waffle sweet potato fries, fries. And they had, it was a sweet huckleberry sauce that they drizzled on top of it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. They call this Bronco berry sauce. A little sweet, a little spicy, a little creamy.
That might tear my stomach up too.
I'm afraid it would just murder me.
Yeah.
Like I'd have to be like, okay, what do I got going on tomorrow? But yeah, dude, some of those like, yeah, dude, a waffle with huckleberry,
Very good.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, let's answer at least one serious question. Otherwise, I feel like that's...
My questions haven't been serious.
I mean, one serious question from a viewer.
Hush puppies.
Yeah, we'll do another Andrew Aguero one. Andrew, I appreciate you always hooking it up with some questions.
He's always ready.
He's always got good questions too.
He does.
Yeah.
He's a very thoughtful person.
Yeah. Which biz is more lucrative, retail, other people's subs, or D2C? I mean, it's probably a simple answer. Try it. Retail, other people's supplements.
Yeah.
At least right now.
Yeah. Right. Like, I feel like it's one of those where, like, the scale of it, I feel like you obviously have like an exponential scale on like D2C stuff that you could just like keep continuing to grow, where it's just like eventually, like, technically you like, you know, our triad location from the fire marshal, you're only allowed to have 75 people in there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
and we can only reach, you know, on average, like 10 miles away kind of deal.
Right.
So,
and so there is like an actual barrier in those things where like, the thing though is I feel like it takes so much to remain relevant on like a D2C model.
Yeah.
Like you have to do so much because it's just like people can get so blown with the wind, like just one direction or another.
It's hard to break into and it's hard to stay there. If you do break into it, you can explode.
Yeah. It's just, you just have to be one of the ones that, and that's the thing that's tough is you can make the best thing in the world. And that's like, that's one aspect of this.
Yeah.
Where like, I feel like
one of so many,
because just working in store and working in retail as long as I have, like I just had a guy the other day I was talking to who's like, I've been taking this and I'm going to get this just because I'm going to change. I didn't have any reason. It was just like, yeah, I just want to change. I just want to do something else.
Yep.
Okay. And that's the thing where it's like, what's difficult is like, that's going to happen no matter what. That's just like human nature. We want to try something new, try something different. And that's great.
It's easy enough in our stores to rotate products from other vendors.
Well, and the other thing I was going to say is you are part of that interaction if you're doing retail in the way that I would consider to be doing retail right, is you have a voice in that conversation where someone just going to a different website, you are out of sight, out of mind. Like you are not there.
I can't say anything.
You can't do anything. You can't say anything. You can't, hey, you know, but we actually make one of those. Like, because somebody might go searching for something that you make and don't even know it.
I mean, you could send like, you know, email reminders or restock reminders or, update them on social media. Like there's obviously tons of ways to reach out to your existing customers and to, try and keep those customers. But like, you're kind of, playing some guesswork. You're not actually having a conversation with them.
Right. Like you're like, again, at the point, it'd be like they're on a different website putting something in their shopping cart, and you get to pop up with a little chat bubble and be like, "Hey, just so you know what I mean?" Like you get like,
how effective that would be. That'd be fucking crazy.
Right. But you don't get to do that.
Right. Exactly.
But in a store location, like you do have that where I feel like the consistency can come from like the store model of it's kind of like I feel like it's lower ceiling, but like easier to maintain probably a certain level of it where like again, I think once you explode and if you become like a really popular brand, I think then you can, you have that. But I mean, like we have seen in just the supplement industry specifically, I mean, like we've seen like how many brands go off to the pasture, you know what I mean? To kind of just like go off into obscurity or nothingness, and there's always writing on the walls for that. And I think that's like, you see people see that also. And then they kind of like, okay, we've made our run. So time to do X, Y, and Z.
I'll share the brand after the podcast, but I actually heard something, a really mature thing to be said by someone in this position, but it was one of the bigger brands in the US for supplements. I would guess top 5 for sure. They've had conversations with their employees about, hey, one day, it won't be popular to take our stuff. Like we won't be the popular brand. So, we're up there right now. We need to ride that wave as much as we can, but we also have to plan for the future and have a number of other things kind of going for them.
Right.
Which was really interesting. I was like, it would be hard to have that opinion being in one of the top 5. I assume one of the top 5 companies in the country right now.
Well, and I think that's where like, it's tough, right? Because you want to be niche enough that people want because of your niche, but then like open enough that you're not limited to that niche.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've always said, like if I were to be like, I don't know. I don't mean to like talk crap on anything specifically or anything that like somebody has an idea on, but I like being in the jiu-jitsu space as much as I am. I have people like, have you ever thought about starting like a jiu-jitsu supplements? And I'm like, no, I haven't, because they don't make food for jiu-jitsu. They make supplements, and supplements can apply to jiu-jitsu. As soon as I label it jiu-jitsu supplements, anybody who doesn't do, I might have some people who do jiu-jitsu be like, oh, that's cool. The problem is with any hobby or anything in the world, fun fact, there's way more people that don't do it than people that do it. The most popular thing that people can do, I'm sure it's still not the majority.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's the most popular hobby in the world? Like playing video games, right? It's still probably less than half of the world play video games.
Yeah. I think that there is like potential for that, but like in a way, I think there's potential for a brand to exist within just the jiu-jitsu space, and you might, dominate over anybody else in that space if that's all you did, but you're, I think, some decently limited there, and not that hard for someone that's not a jiu-jitsu specific brand to compete with, because a non-specific jiu-jitsu brand can market themselves as a jiu-jitsu brand in that space.
I mean, we do that with Define Nutrition.
Exactly.
Like for sure. It's like Define Nutrition is not a jiu-jitsu brand, but like a ton of our products directly apply to doing jiu-jitsu or similar things.
We go to jiu-jitsu events. Right. We've got jiu-jitsu ambassadors. We've got, we do think from the perspective of someone that is in the jiu-jitsu industry, we are doing things to try and look like we are a jiu-jitsu brand. Yeah. But from a general standpoint, from, the bodybuilding community, I don't think that they would assume that we're a jiu-jitsu
Right.
brand.
Yeah. And I think like, there's arguments to be made that like, we might be a top 10 jiu-jitsu supplement brand in the world.
Yeah. Because there's not really it.
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, we're not a jiu-jitsu brand, right? Like it's like, we have rash guards. I have a Define Nutrition rash guard.
Yeah. That's
you know
true.
what I mean? Like, multiple people do.
Yeah.
We have big time, like people within that space, like really big time people within that space.
Yeah.
But I think it's just like one of those things that's very interesting where, like that is gotta be such a hard thing to flirt the line. You know what I mean? And I think that there's a lot of it where it's like I get it. I get why they do it because they are marketing to somebody. And there's enough of that market, where it's got like enough of the things that kind of like bleed over, It's always funny, like, I'll use this brand specifically because they like, it is purposeful and they know what they're doing and they know that they're doing it this way. But it's like America Labs, like love America Labs, like great brand, great company. Like it's the core guys who have, who do the America Labs stuff too. And like they are over the top, outrageous, in your face kind of thing. And it was really funny. I had a customer come in the store. This wasn't too long ago, within the last couple months, and was walking around and was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so ridiculous. Do you think they did this on purpose?" Looking at the effing pumped because it's got like an explosion that's making a big middle finger. And I'm like, yeah, they for sure did it on purpose. And he's like, that's so crazy. I can't believe that people would do stuff like that. Like, that's so crazy. And he set it down and he walked around and he went back to it and he picked it up again. And he was like, this is just, man, I got to take a picture of this and send it to my buddy, blah, blah, blah. And he like set it down again. And he was like, man, you know what? I'm going to get that one. And it's like, it worked. Like, yeah,
are you confused on how it works? Because like it literally just did.
Right, exactly.
That's crazy.
Right, where you're just like, okay, like that clearly does exist. You know what I mean? Where you can like you can, oh my gosh, someone, and they will see it and like dude literally didn't really even look at anything else on the pre-workout wall, and so it's just like,
dude, that's
okay.
I feel like that. Yeah, there's kind of two sides of like a customer base for their brand. I could be totally wrong. They might tell me I'm wrong, but I feel like there's like the hell yeah, I want that one, or the like, this is hilarious, I can't wait to show my friends this.
Literally. And and they're a popular brand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they make good stuff, and they like they understand that that's what. And then core being like they're much more like subtle, but like
more mature.
Yeah, more mature kind of looking thing. But it is like, it is tough, man, because like you just like whatever you're going to, if you're not going for like a mature neutral look, then you have to go like going for a more intense look, even if it's like done really well, is still like a tough thing to navigate. Of like, there's still going to be people who don't want your stuff because of how it looks. Like, I think a good example of that would be something like, and I mean this like in a positive way, because I think they do it probably like the most tastefully in a way, at least for like my palette of things. And I think they do a good job, and like their marketing is like really good, is like Axe and Sledge. Like, I think Axe and Sledge does, but again, like I'll use like Laurel's not walking into Triad and probably immediately picking up an Axe and Sledge product and being like, this is what I want. But I don't think that that's who they're necessarily looking to market to either.
Yeah. And I think it comes back to your argument of like, if you're going to name something a flavor really sour, you better make it really sour, because that's, you create the product that's designed for like, I think there's something to be said for find the niche, but like, I don't know, do it in a way, especially for like a brand, I think is like, don't make your whole brand, limited by a single niche. It's like maybe, a product, definitely marketing. But I think your argument for like food isn't specific to any particular, like a grocery store isn't limited to a jiu-jitsu community. Right. Like your shopping cart might look different. Right. Like a bodybuilder and a person that does jiu-jitsu, would you call them a jiu-jitsuer? their grocery carts would probably look a little different, both healthy,
Sure.
but like would probably look quite a bit different from what they're getting. So,
well, and you know, and I think that's like an interesting thing because there is almost like, because I think like a perfect example, I think is in kind of a different way is, you know, I think some people could potentially make the argument of like, you're not like with certain brands because they're not doing something like that is like they are making the sour, not making it sour kind of thing.
Trying to cater to everybody and you cater to nobody.
Right. But I do think that we are like Define Nutrition, I think is a perfect example is like, I think we are catering to somebody. Like, I think we're catering to like a mature, serious about their health person. Right. You know, like we've talked about like, customer avatars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Our brand is catering to that.
Yeah.
I think the nice thing with the way that like, and why something like that I think can work, I think for us, core, first form, those kind of things, is in catering to that person, you also don't kick everybody else out.
Right.
Which I think is like kind of the nice thing too, where it's like, you know, you can make something, you can make the sour and make it not, you know? But I think again, like if we look at our customer avatar of like, what is our customer, like our ideal customer that we look for, I think like our branding and the things that we do is painting a picture for that person.
Yeah. I think one that was actually, I really liked that conversation a lot. We had that a few weeks ago on creating an avatar for Define. And for anybody that's not familiar with that, it's creating someone that is a very specific type of person that is your ideal customer with as many specifics about them as possible, but it is just an example.
Yeah. We got stupidly specific.
Really specific. It's funny, dude. But like, again, it serves as not the limiting factor and not the only person we're going after, but just the example of who we're trying to market to. It's like aim small, miss small.
Right.
I think is the idea with that of if we aim to market to this exact person, as long as we aim correctly, we will hit a big demographic very effectively by hitting that person. Where I think one really good one you brought up was that
a good one. It was probably me.
they were interested in trying new facets of fitness. We're like, we didn't say they specifically do CrossFit or jiu-jitsu or bodybuilding or strongman or like Ironmans they are interested in trying new, like they like to experience and try new things within fitness, showing that they enjoy fitness as a whole, but they're not so far in any one niche that they can't jump and try new things.
Right. Well, and I think that's like, you know, I think it's kind of like two sides of something similar in the sense of like way we kind of look at it is like, okay, this is our demographic, like it's that avatar that we're looking at. And then like, hey, these still work for other people where it's like, I think I'll use Axe and Sledge as an example again, because again, I do think they do a tasteful job of the way that they do their things. It's no secret that they're a more intense brand, you know, in their marketing and stuff, but is like, I think that they do a good job that like, I don't necessarily think that like they would like really turn a bunch of people off. I don't think people would naturally, not everybody, I should say this way, there's a demographic of people that wouldn't naturally go for them, but you almost by eliminating that as really being an option, you double down into your avatar of the people who are like, hell yeah, I want that because you wouldn't want it kind of thing. You know what I mean? You get that like intensity where you almost get like, okay, I really get more of those and that's going to make up for not having these. Yeah.
And so Axe and Sledge I feel like is a good example as well. It's like where like, I feel like I am probably not their exact target demographic, but with their branding, you can tell they have like this is the person that we're looking for. I think they've probably done that exact exercise or if they haven't, they are doing it their marketing is effective in that regard. But where I'm not someone that is that exact person, I probably would be, I think a decent ways away from it. I still am not, they did enough with their branding, or did well enough with their branding to be that specific, but also to be generalized enough that like I wouldn't be put off by taking X. Like I've taken X and such products before. So
well, and I think that's the thing too. Like if you look at like, and this is funny, but like, of course, if you really think about it, if you take a step back, of course, this is how it ends up being, but is like, we were laughing that our avatar started to resemble us.
Yeah.
And like, of course, because like that we want to make something we would be excited for.
Right.
Again, like I'm not Axe and Sledge target demographic. I understand why. And I actually really like some Axe and Sledge products. And I really like all the people I've ever met from Axe and Sledge. And I fully see how like somebody can be like a lifer Axe and Sledge taker. But again, it's like, that because like you wouldn't be as excited to be making that as we are as excited about making Define, because like at some point you have to be making something you're wanting, you know.
We would, if we took Axe and Sledge's avatar and tried to make our products fit that avatar where it's further from who we are, we would do way less good of a job as Axe and Sledge, because they are probably personally much closer to that avatar than we are. So is we wouldn't be able to compete with that. If our avatar is a lot closer to who we are, we can be a lot more effective than Axe and Sledge
1000%
at making that.
Right.
Dude,
like, how would I not? I would be much more effective at marketing to me. And you and, you know, like people that fall within that kind of realm.
That conversation, I think the funniest thing about it, and kind of one of the coolest things about it was, like it started more general of like, hey, this is kind of the age range, you know, here's kind of what their lifestyle kind of looks like. And it just slowly got more and more specific, which was good, but it was just funny. Like it was like something would get brought up and everybody would laugh like at how like crazy, like specific it was. But it was like, but no, like that makes like it's so perfect. Like the more specific we can get, the more we can envision who this actual person is. And again, aim small and miss small. I think one of the funniest ones has leg compression sleeves in their Amazon cart or Amazon wish list.
Yeah, like that's the air pump ones that like are like $450, so they're like expensive. Has them in their car. Hasn't pulled the trigger yet.
It was just hilarious, but it's like, but dude, that's the person. It's like willing to spend a decent amount of money on something that is related to their health. It's
but also contemplating.
Has a wife. He hasn't run it by yet.
Right. Exactly. It's like, how am I going to convince my wife that these $450 Nomad like leg compression things that I'm going to sit like after I do these things, I'm going to sit and like, I'm going to have to convince my wife that these $500 things are worth it. Yeah. But I really want them because I think they'll be really cool.
Yeah. And it's like, dude, I would love some leg compression.
Exactly. Literally, that's where it's like, I was literally just thinking like, man, I always love when I put those, especially when it squeezes around your feet and you're like, oh, that feels so good. And you're like, man, this is really nice. Like good blood flow, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, if I told my wife, like, if you told your wife that you were going to spend $500 on those, she'd be like, yeah, I don't think you need those.
Dude, going back really quick, because I forgot the second half of my thought, but like I think where it's like, it comes down to like, not like getting so specific with like create products. I think this is just more of like a business, like mindset. And I think something that I've learned from other people, and I'll share the example that it really hit home for me in a second, but I think it's a create products not within a niche, but market within a niche.
Right.
Because, and again, I think the argument, like going back to the bodybuilder and the person that does jujitsu, their grocery carts, like they're going to look different, but like there's a lot of overlap. They're not getting different types of chicken. They're not getting different types of different types of potatoes. Like there's going to be quite a bit of overlap. And the same goes for supplements. It's food. And where I think it comes down to is the marketing, and like the effective way to market is I always like the analogy of the photographer of you get on online and you're looking for a photographer for your wedding. and you come across two different ones. And one is a photographer that specializes in weddings and graduations, in I don't know, family portraits, in sports photography, in everything. And it's a person's mindset. It's like, I don't want to limit myself to any one person. And then you come across another one that is wedding photographer, specializes in weddings, and that's it.
Right.
Which one are you going with?
Right.
Just the weddings.
Right.
That photographer that specializes in weddings also specializes in all those other things that other photographer does, but he or she has separated those into marketing themselves as different things that specializes as, I'm not I can do everything. I promise, is marketing specifically within those. And for us, obviously, I think that looks like, how do you do that? It's definitely a harder question.
Sure.
Like, how do you separate yourself into those? And I think for us, it's like, a lot of hitting events, but like when you put yourself out there on social media, how do you do that? That's a little tougher, but that was, I think I read that in a book years ago, and that made so much sense to me.
Yeah. That's super cool. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. You want that, like, especially for something important to you. I want the expert.
Yeah.
I want the person that's really good at that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think that'll come down to like the way that you market it is like, almost like different avatars of like, and I think we'll get into this as the Define Nutrition side of things grows, is all right. We want to market to someone in the jiu-jitsu community. Like, what's our avatar look like there? All right. Number one, this person does jiu-jitsu. What do they, now from there, what are all the specifics of this person? Because I'm sure there's a wide range of people that do jiu-jitsu, and you want to, hit probably the middle of the market there, or the top of the bell curve there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, who's that avatar? How do you market there?
Right. Yeah. That's, and yeah, that becomes like an interesting thing, because you end up doing that exercise like so many times in so many ways. But I mean, it makes sense. Like, the more, like you said, like before, the more specific we can get into this, the more we can create that person. Yeah. And then they have almost their own personality kind of little thing to them. And it's like, okay, cool. Because it's even come down to like, how would our avatar view this person? Yeah. Or how would our avatar view this like social media account? Yeah.
And that's been a cool thing too with like our ambassador side of things, where to give a little bit of insider info on ambassadors, is we pretty much switched over to it's an invite only program, and we do research and we find our ambassadors. We used to do open applications. We kind of close that down, at least for the time being, and we seek out the ambassadors that we want to bring onto the team, and with that, it was cool to say, okay, so this is our avatar. This is our ideal customer. That is not our ideal ambassador. Our ideal ambassador is who is our avatar getting on Instagram and taking advice from. Right. So
who would they follow this person?
Right.
Yeah.
But dude, talking about all the different like areas of marketing, man, it just makes me realize like how much we have to learn, how much like there is to do out there. And it's like, there's a lot, and it could take a while. I'm excited for things on the Define Nutrition side of things. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for things on the Triad side of things. I think we are becoming a lot smarter with, I don't know necessarily traditional marketing, but I think we are becoming a lot smarter about marketing from a distance.
Yeah.
I think we're trying a lot of new things. We're getting a lot of things to work together. I think we're finding like how to not just like, I think we have an idea on how to gain followers, but like it can be expensive and time consuming, and like it just hasn't been worth it. But like how to like truly build a customer base with followers on social media. We've been working on a couple of fun projects. We kind of like on the Triad side of things and one on the Define side of things. They're both similar, but definitely both like the structure of both of them is the same. Like the frame of both of these projects that we're working on is the same, but what makes them up is both, they're both quite a bit different. But we're doing a lot of little tweaks and testing and stuff like that. And I think I've been calling them the machines, the marketing machines on both, because they all kind of, it all works together. I am, I'm imagining it like a faucet, like it's a machine that, takes, people online or on social media and filters them down and helps turn them into supportive customers and people part of our community. And we've got a slow drip going right now and enough to test.
Right.
But we have the capability of like fully turning that faucet on, and we want to make sure we get our filter as efficient as possible.
Right.
If we can't wait until it's perfect, because if we do, then
it'll never be perfect.
Yeah, we'll never get there. Right. But I think we still have some ideas and some stuff that we can tweak and make it more ideal. And then once we do, turning that faucet on, man, I'm excited.
Yeah.
So on both sides of things.
Yeah. I think it's cool, man. I think there's a lot of cool stuff going on.
Yeah.
We've gone pretty late already.
We did get yapping, didn't we?
Yeah, tell you what.
Was that 2 hours?
Pretty close.
Jeez.
Yeah. What soda is this?
77.
Yummy.
6-7. Quick shout out to you though. I know I've told you this before, just personally, but getting excited on kind of the marketing side of things. Definitely gone through, especially on the triad side of things, where we had some kids go back to school. I've had to put in some hours in the store, shuffle around a little bit and make sure we're getting everything covered. Handle just making sure everything continues to run smoothly, and having these projects on, trying to really stimulate growth, not just, keep a steady pace going, but like really just ramp things up a lot.
Yeah.
I would not be able to handle all of that on my own. On top of trying to chase around a toddler and help out an 8-month pregnant wife, is the marketing machines that I've gotten to put time into and have gotten some help from some other people here, would be a total back burner one day kind of project. Yeah. If I wasn't getting help from you on the forefront of things, especially on Triad. So
yeah,
that's been a huge relief, is that I think we get to still work on taking some really big steps forward, with you handling pretty much the day-to-day operations of all of the stores as a whole. So
yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's been always an exciting adventure. Yeah. Always fun. I think kind of like you always talk about, and a lot of our friends kind of fall into the same thing. It's just like in so many ways, just like gamifying it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, got to move these. It's a chessboard, and we got to move this, move that, and move this, and do that, do this. And, like we were kind of joking about like doing the like shuffling schedule stuff around. And it was like, I worked a 1-hour shift in Yukon the other day,
yeah.
But it was like, hey, the 1-hour shift is like what made it all work. And that's worth it. You know what I mean? Cause without it, it doesn't. And it's like, nah, I don't care. I'll come work I'll cover the store for an hour. Yeah. You know what I mean? To make it all work. And so, I mean, it's been, obviously, having some people go back to school and some things that, weren't exactly ideal. But it's coming together, man. I think we're doing what we can be doing, and that's the thing, is like we want to have these positions so that those kind of things don't get put on the back burner. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like your stuff that you're doing right now,
that we don't get out of this period and like just back to baseline. That we come out of it with momentum. Mm-hmm. And push forward. So
that's it, dude.
I think we've got it, man.
I think so too.
I think we'll
be stronger for it.
Yeah, I agree, man.
So. Episode 77.
Thanks for listening. If anybody's still out there.
8:45. Long John Silver still open? Thanks, everybody.
See you guys.